In the digital age, few names carry as much weight as Mark Zuckerberg. Today, he stands as one of the world's most powerful tech leaders, worth over $100 billion, and controlling platforms that connect nearly 3 billion people worldwide. But the journey from curious teenager to global tech titan is filled with ambition, controversy, and unprecedented innovation. This is the remarkable story of how a college dropout built the most influential social network in human history. May 14, 1984. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg enters the world in White Plains, New York. Born to Karen and Edward Zuckerberg, his mother, a psychiatrist, and father, a dentist, provide a comfortable middle-class upbringing for Mark and his 3 sisters, Randy, Donna, and Ariel, in the suburban town of Dobbs Ferry. Growing up in a Reformed Jewish household, Mark's ancestry traces back to immigrants from Germany, Poland, and Austria. But it wasn't his heritage that would define him. It was his early fascination with technology that set him apart from his peers. At just 12 years old, Mark displayed the programming genius that would later change the world. In 1998, he created his first significant computer program called ZuckNet, a messaging network for his father's dental office that allowed staff to communicate instantly. This primitive system, remarkably similar to AOL's Instant Messenger, foreshadowed the social networking revolution he would later lead. Mark's intellectual gifts extended far beyond computers. As a student at Ardsley High School, then later at the prestigious Phillips Exeter Academy in New Hampshire, he excelled academically, while mastering multiple languages including French, Hebrew, Latin, and Ancient Greek. His achievements in science and classical studies earned him numerous academic prizes, establishing him as one of the brightest minds of his generation. September 2002 marked Mark's arrival at Harvard University, where he pursued dual degrees in psychology and computer science. Joining Alpha Epsilon Pi fraternity and residing in Kirkland House, Mark seemed destined for traditional academic success. However, Mark had different plans. His entrepreneurial spirit emerged during his sophomore year when he created FaceMash, a controversial website that allowed Harvard students to rate and compare photos of their classmates. Though the university quickly shut down the site due to privacy violations and server overloads, FaceMash demonstrated Mark's ability to create viral, engaging digital experiences. The project also revealed his willingness to push boundaries and challenge established norms, characteristics that would define his entire career. More importantly, FaceMash served as the direct inspiration for what would become the most successful social networking platform in history. February 4, 2004. From his Harvard dormitory room, 19-year-old Mark Zuckerberg launched the Facebook, initially an exclusive social network for Harvard students. Working alongside roommates Dustin Moskovitz, Chris Hughes, and Eduardo Saverin, Mark coded the platform that would revolutionize human communication. The concept was deceptively simple. Create an online directory where students could connect, share information, and build social networks. Within weeks, thousands of Harvard students had joined, demonstrating the platform's immediate appeal and addictive nature. Mark's vision extended far beyond Harvard's walls. He quickly began expanding to other universities, recognizing the universal appeal of digital social connection. Yale, Columbia, and Stanford soon gained access, with each new campus driving exponential user growth. However, success bred controversy. In March 2004, Harvard classmates Cameron Winklevoss, Tyler Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra filed the first of many lawsuits against Mark, alleging he had stolen their idea for a similar social networking site called Connect You. This legal battle would shadow Mark for years, eventually settling in 2008 for $65 million in cash and Facebook stock. In May 2004, Mark made the defining decision of his life, dropping out of Harvard during his sophomore year to pursue Facebook full-time. Against his parents' wishes but with unwavering confidence in his vision, he relocated to Silicon Valley, the global epicenter of technological innovation. Renting a house in Palo Alto with Moskowitz and other early Facebook employees, Mark transformed a suburban home into the company's first official headquarters. This garage startup phase epitomized Silicon Valley's entrepreneurial spirit, where world-changing companies begin with little more than brilliant ideas and relentless determination. Mark Zuckerberg, the boy who connected the world. Despite numerous acquisition offers from major corporations offering hundreds of millions of dollars, Mark consistently refused to sell. The mission of Facebook is to make the world open. It was never about money, he declared, prioritizing his vision of global connectivity over immediate financial gain. February 2007 marked a historic milestone. At just 23 years old, Mark became the world's youngest self-made billionaire. Facebook's valuation had skyrocketed as user growth exploded across college campuses and eventually opened to the general public. That same year, Mark launched Facebook Platform, an innovative initiative allowing third-party developers to create applications within Facebook's ecosystem. This move transformed Facebook from a simple social network into a comprehensive digital platform, dramatically expanding its utility and user engagement. The numbers spoke for themselves. By July 2010, Facebook had reached 500 million active users, an achievement that earned Mark the top spot on Vanity Fair's list of the most influential people of the information age. The momentum continued relentlessly. 1 billion users by October 2012, 2 billion by June 2017. Each milestone represented not just numerical growth, but fundamental changes in how humanity communicates, shares information, and maintains relationships across geographical boundaries. Despite his public persona as a tech mogul, Mark maintained strong personal relationships rooted in his college years. In May 2012, he married Priscilla Chan, whom he had met at a Harvard fraternity party in 2003. Their relationship, spanning nearly a decade, provided stability amid the chaos of building a global technology empire. The couple's commitment extended beyond personal happiness to shared values of service and philanthropy. They welcomed 2 daughters, Maxima and August, who would later inspire their most ambitious charitable endeavors. Mark's worldview also evolved significantly during this period. Raised Jewish, but identifying as atheist during college, he eventually returned to religious belief. "I was raised Jewish, and then I went through a period where I questioned things, but now I believe religion is very important," he explained, demonstrating personal growth alongside professional success. Facebook's growth strategy focused heavily on strategic acquisitions of promising platforms and technologies. In 2012, the company acquired Instagram for $1 billion, recognizing mobile photo sharing's massive potential before it became ubiquitous. The 2014 acquisition of WhatsApp for $19 billion represented Facebook's largest and most prescient purchase, gaining access to global messaging markets and international user bases that traditional Facebook struggled to penetrate. These acquisitions weren't just financial investments. They were strategic moves to maintain Facebook's dominance across all forms of digital, social interaction. Mark understood that controlling multiple platforms would provide competitive advantages and diversified revenue streams. Simultaneously, Mark pursued ambitious humanitarian projects. In August 2013, Facebook launched Internet.org, partnering with telecommunications companies to provide free internet access in developing countries. This initiative aimed to connect the next billion users, while advancing Facebook's mission of global connectivity. December 2015 marked another transformative moment when Mark and Priscilla established the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, pledging to donate 99% of their Facebook shares, worth approximately $55 billion, to charitable causes during their lifetimes. The pledge represented one of the largest philanthropic commitments in human history. Business Insider recognized this generosity by naming Mark among the top 10 business visionaries creating value for the world, alongside Elon Musk and Sal Khan. acknowledging his dual impact as entrepreneur and philanthropist. As Facebook's influence grew, so did scrutiny of its impact on society, privacy, and democracy. Mark faced congressional hearings, regulatory investigations, and public criticism regarding data protection, misinformation, and the platform's role in political processes. These challenges forced Mark to evolve from a young programmer focused purely on technological innovation to a mature leader grappling with complex social responsibilities. In January 2019, he announced plans to integrate end-to-end encryption across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, prioritizing user privacy amid growing concerns about digital surveillance. In May 2017, Harvard University awarded Mark an honorary degree at its 366th commencement ceremony, a symbolic reconciliation with the institution he had left 13 years earlier. Addressing graduates, he shared wisdom gained from his entrepreneurial journey. You might think, I don't know how to build a dam. Let me tell you something. No one knows when to begin. You just have to get started. Today, Mark serves as chairman and CEO of Meta, formerly Facebook, overseeing a technology empire that includes Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and ambitious ventures into virtual and augmented reality through the Metaverse. His net worth exceeds $100 billion, making him the fifth richest person globally. Mark Zuckerberg's story represents more than individual success. It exemplifies how technological innovation can reshape human civilization. From a curious 12-year-old building messaging systems to a global leader connecting billions of people, his journey demonstrates the transformative power of combining technical brilliance with ambitious vision. As he noted about his future priorities, the road ahead looks more like helping small businesses and philanthropic efforts for the next generation. This evolution from pure growth to social responsibility reflects both personal maturity and recognition of technology's broader obligations to society. Whether viewed as a visionary connector of humanity or a cautionary tale about unchecked technological power, Mark Zuckerberg has undeniably altered how our species communicates, shares experiences, and maintains relationships in the digital age. His story continues unfolding as he pursues new frontiers in virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and global connectivity, ensuring that the boy who wanted to bring the world together will likely continue shaping human interaction for generations to come.